Hi, my name is Scott Jensen. I happen to be a Minnesota State Senator, but more importantly, I'm a family doctor, but most importantly, I follow Christ. People have asked me, how did I come to faith? I apologize, but it's sort of boring. I was raised in a home where my mom was just a devout follower of Jesus. And I went to Sunday school, and I always just sort of assumed that, yeah, everybody believes. I was about 16 when I first found out that it wasn't that way. I learned that my father was an agnostic. And I remember challenging him and asking him, well, if you're an agnostic, why did you serve as president of the church council? And he said, well, the church knew that they needed a new building, and they asked me if I would help. And I so respect your mother's commitment to her faith. And I think the church is an important place to grow up and to learn values. That really, if you will, began a search for me where almost obsessively, I felt like I needed to explore this. So along the next 5-10 years, I found that I was frequently put next to people who had a faith that was more mature than mine. People would reach out and they would teach me and guide me. And then I was in dental school. Mom had just died, and she was my best friend. My dad was my hero, but mom was the person I went to, and she was in her 40s and died of colon cancer. And I'd just been accepted to dental school and absolutely struggling to find my way. And after I found out that I really didn't like teeth, I left dental school and went to the seminary. And it was that year where I said, I'm going to ask my girlfriend to marry me. And we've been married 42 years. And I also decided to go into medicine. But I also found a peace. And so that's really my faith story. I found a peace that said that I didn't have to explain myself to my divine creator, that he understood. I found that C.S. Lewis was a passion for me. I found that reading Screwtape Letters and The Great Divorce, Until We Have Faces, touched my heart deeply. I found that my faith was like my shadow. It was there all the time. I have the dumbest prayers. Sometimes they're 2 words and sometimes they're 2 minutes. And sometimes 2 minutes later, I don't even remember what I prayed. I remember a Garth Brooks song where some unanswered prayers are sometimes the most important ones. So my growth in faith has been sort of a clumsy, stumble and bumble kind of journey. But the more I get to know people, I think a lot of paths are that way. So here I sit today at 66. That anxious, obsessive, compulsive concern and fear I had of death when I was 12 years old is gone. I frankly look forward to the day I get to cross that threshold. When Paul said, "O death, where art thou sting?" he was speaking to me. I don't have to worry about that. So for me to be in the midst of COVID-19, it seems like a logical place. I think as a faith, I think we maybe have to lean back into our deep-seated beliefs that this is just the dress rehearsal. Sometimes I think we've let COVID-19 shake us too much to our core. But for me in my journey, it's not very exciting. It's been one hiccup after another. But here I stand. I know with absolute certainty that I'm not some accidental creation, the product of a billion or trillion mutations involving some molecules that started in some organic sea or soup. That's not where I came from. I came from a divine creator, and he sent his son to teach me a little bit more about his nature, and that I can relax and know that things are going to be okay, because at the end of the day, God is good all the time, even if I don't recognize it. And as the character of the father in the shack said, when it comes to faith in Jesus Christ, in God, there is no ritual. So if you find yourself trying to earn your way into a good, peaceful place, into the right prayer, give it up. Psalm 46:10, be still and know that I am God. He doesn't need us to explain us to him. He made us.